In a bold push for social liberties by young Saudis, rebel Saudi women stun onlookers by shunning the black body cloak and wearing Western clothes in public.
Here's a summary of the article.
Defiant Saudi Arabian women have stunned onlookers on the streets of Riyadh by walking around without wearing the customary body shrouding garments. Despite the risk of provoking arch-conservatives, many women are now leaving their cloaks open in the front or wear them in bright colors. The billowy abaya, usually all black, is customary public wear for women in the ultra-conservative Islamic kingdom, where it is widely seen as a symbol of piety. Some women subsequently mounted a rare social media protest against the restriction, posting pictures of themselves wearing the figure-concealing garment inside out. Jalaud is one of only a handful of women who have abandoned the abaya in recent months. In a regulation that seems to be arbitrarily enforced, the Saudi Labor Ministry says on its website that working women are expected to be modest, well-covered, and should not wear anything transparent. Minaj is going to shake her backside and all her songs are about sex and then everyone tells me to wear the abaya, a young Saudi woman fumed in a recent online video that went viral.
This post received a score of 51,416, with an upvote ratio of 93%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
That really seems absurd.
Because it's not really about piety, it's about control.
Well fucking said.
Yay, if it sounds absurd, question the premise.
This is great, I hope more and more women from this area of the world stand up.
Except until they get rid of the awful dictatorship masquerading as a royal family, this is a dangerous move. It seems like a good way to get disappeared.
I think a royal family's push toward tolerance is a last-ditch effort for them to stay relevant. More likely if the royal family falls, an even stricter Islamist regime will replace it.
Royal family isn't against the more up-to-date Saudi society. It's the old generation that opposes this. They removed quite a lot of old people from politics and religion in the last years, which allowed them to push for tolerance.
It allowed them to push for the appearance of tolerance as part of a massive global publicity campaign to legitimize MBS's rule and attract foreign government investment while quelling the concerns of members of the international community who are only halfway paying attention. If you placate enough people, the ones left over who are still paying attention will simply be seen as hysterical over nothing by the placated.
You can be progressive, relatively speaking, and still an arsehole. I think this is a case of that, rather than one being a means to the other's ends.
Except he makes gender equality reforms at the exact same time as he executes and tortures the very feminists who were pushing for those reforms. It's a bit more than being an asshole.
I assure you that executions and torture is on a very egalitarian basis.
Thank God I'm poor and stupid. I'll never have to worry about that.
Just don't be fat and drunk as well. A certain dean has said that is no way to go through life.
I remember taking a flight out of Jeddah, Saudi Arabia to London Heathrow Airport. As soon as the flight took off the runway and the seatbelt signs went off, all the ladies in abayas formed a line at the nearest toilet and one by one, abaya-clad women went in and came out in Western clothing. On the contrary, a flight going into Saudi Arabia, girls in casual outfits would form a line at the nearest toilet and one after the other would go in and come out wearing abayas. Saudi men have really confined the practice of basic human rights.
A lot of people don't realize it, but it's a cultural norm promoted by females, and it's not only men who enforce this but other women, especially traditional families. Older generations ladies think a woman who covers up is more motherly than ones who don't. A lot of these ladies, if you noticed, are traveling to London with their brothers and fathers and take off their hijabs and abayas. The men in their immediate family don't mind, but because back home extended family plus friends and the public backlash, the ladies feel the need to put it on.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.